Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to Stretch the Sketch. And this month we are using a sketch from, I believe it is from Scrapbook.com. And it has these 4 photos and this big triangular element, and I really like that. So I'm using this for my son's birthday. It was his 9th birthday, and we had an archery / roller skating birthday party. And I know that sounds really weird, but we did get together with a bunch of his friends and go do some archery, which we have the equipment for, so we didn't have to like rent anything, or it didn't cost us anything to go and do that. And then we all met up with the same friends and then a few more friends that came later in the day to go roller skating. So I am doing a double page layout because I have quite a few pictures that I want to get documented here. And this green paper it's a mixed media paper from Vicki Boutin. I created that at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club retreat, and I wanted to get it used up on this layout. And I made it using Vicki Boutin iridescent medium, so that is that kind of chevron-y texture in the background. And then I sprayed it with some Nuvo, I think it's called mica mist. So it's got the really fine mica shimmery effect in it. And then this other gray paper is from Kaisercraft. I want to say it's Factory 42, but I could be wrong on that, but it's one of the Kaisercraft really masculine collections from a couple years ago. So I am pairing those two up to have the gray and that green, and the 2 brown papers are just providing a base for all of these papers to get put upon. You're not going to see any of that, so and I don't even know where it's from. It was in a scrap bin of papers that a friend gave me that she no longer wanted, and it's thin paper, so it's not cardstock or anything, or cardstock weight. So you saw that me flip the paper around there, so it looked like the 2 center arrows were pointing at each other, but then I decided to turn the right hand page all the way around, so it looks like one big gray arrow going across the 2 pages. I hope that I explained that properly, but when it gets all set next to each other flat, hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And I liked that look. And what I decided to do was take that sketch and kind of put those 4 photos up on the upper right hand side, and then another 4 photos on the lower left hand side, so that it can fit 8 photos onto this layout. This is some thin washi tape. It's navy blue, and the gold in it is arrows. So a lot of arrows on this page, just because you know, in archery you use arrows, and I thought, why not? It fits perfectly, and I'm really liking navy blue right now, and I think navy blue with this bright green and the gray looks really, really nice together. So that is why I decided to go ahead and use it. So for the Stretch the Sketch series, there's a bunch of us ladies playing along every month, usually the 3rd Sunday of the month, and we take the same sketch and either stretch it or shrink it into a different size than the 12 by 12 that it came in. I think we've always pretty much used a 12 by 12 sketch, but you will see layouts all the way down to traveler's notebook size. Actually, I've done a card size as well, and then all the way up to double page layouts, maybe a 6 by 12 in there, or 8.5 by 11. We actually have someone who does, I think it's 8.5 by 11 or 6 by 12, but in the horizontal position rather than the vertical position, which is really unique. I actually want to try that at some point. Okay, and then I have this black and white feather paper. I pulled out a couple of different black and white papers, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use, and I decided on this one that has feathers, and I'm inking it with black distress ink. It's the black soot distress ink, and I like how it looks. Later on, I'm going to add some other embellishments that I ink with navy blue, and I kind of wish I had used navy blue on the arrow paper circles as well, but by the time I thought about doing that, I already had them glued down, so Black it is. I used a 3-inch circle for the larger circles, and I think it's a 2-inch circle for the smaller circles. And I got a little bit of adhesive on the picture there, but I'm just rubbing it off. Comes off pretty easily because it's just that ATG adhesive. I will have to go back and use some liquid adhesive, which will be the tonic or Nuvo Deluxe adhesive underneath the pieces of embellishments and photos and everything that is stuck onto the mixed media paper, because mixed media paper, well, it doesn't really work with the ATG adhesive once you've added all of that texture to it. So back to the Stretch the Sketch information. If you go down to the description box below, I'll have links to the other ladies participating. They are super talented, and I hope you have the time and take the time to go over, check out what they're doing, leave them a little love on their pages. And if you want to leave comments down below for me, I'll get back to you as quickly as possible, as always. So go and check them out and see what they've done with this particular sketch. Now hopefully you've seen that I have the sketch posted up there in the upper left-hand corner, so you can kind of follow along if you're interested in playing along with us. That's always fun. You can always post what you've done and just tag me in it. You can, on Facebook, it's just Janet Fritz. If I'm in one of your groups, you can tag me. But I'd really love to see what you do. So I have pulled out these chipboard pieces. They're chipboard phrase thickers, and they are navy blue as well. So I thought those would be perfect. And my title is going to be Wild and Free 9th Birthday Adventure. So I just took some time to pop some stuff up onto foam. The circles were popped up on foam, and didn't make you sit through all of that. And then I pulled out some additional embellishments, and I didn't make you sit through me weeding through my embellishment box to figure out what I'm going to use. And then I've also used a die to cut the 9 and the little TH that goes with 9th, and then the word birthday. So I have these little tiny dies. They came from, I think they're X-cut dies. Anyway, I've cut the word birthday out of gold foil paper to match the gold foiled arrows on the washi tape, and then I'm going to pull in a few other gold foiled embellishments, and I think that looks really good. And I'm not being super particular about being straight and lined up with the word birthday. I'm kind of squishing it together and letting the letters nestle in together so that they all fit on this gray tag. It's not really a tag. Label that it's getting stuck to. So that is intentional, that they're not lined up perfectly. And I really like how the 9th kind of nestles in below the D in that wild and free. And then that gold banner that says my happy place, I'm going to make sure that pops out from below the word adventure. And then in the upper right-hand corner, there's a strip of gold puffy hearts. Those aren't hearts, Janet. Those are stars. Gold puffy stars. And we got those at Retreat as well in our mystery bags for one of the challenges. And I had some left over, so I'm going to cut those apart and use those in my embellishments also. And to adhere those down, I'm just going to use liquid adhesive. And that is the best way to stick those, because they're some kind of fabric, and then they're puffy. So here I am using some of the blue ink. I think it's called Blue Denim or Blue Jeans. It's an ink by Gina K. So I really do like how that navy blue works with all of the other stuff I've got going on. And again, I wish I had thought about that when I did the black around those circle elements, but it does look okay in the end, and I really don't mind it at the end that they're not matching in the ink color, so it works out. And then I had a hard time getting that adventure to stick, so I had to add a little bit more glue. I think everything kind of just soaked into the paper and into the foam. And then I'm working on placing these gold stars. I almost said hearts again. I don't know why I want to call those hearts. Working on getting those placed, and I am gluing down all of the stuff in that upper right hand corner, but then I decide I'm going to add another navy blue embellishment, and I recently got these dies that have, it's like the pinked edge of a circle, and so I'm going to punch some of those out, or I'm going to die cut some of those out and then add those. And so I'm going to have to pull up the pieces that I've already glued down, but since that die cut piece that I'm going to use is going to go down over that, it's not going to show. So there's those die cut pinked circles, pinked edged circles. I'm not sure if that even made sense either, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It's a circle with a pinked edge, like pinking shears. And so I really like how it looks because it adds a little bit more of that navy blue, which I had only had the title and the washi tape in the navy blue, so it kind of pulls things more together as well. And I know I have an even number of embellishment clusters on here, but since it's a double page layout, it works out. And if you look at the sketch, it actually has 2 embellishment clusters, and then it has the title separate. So I didn't make my title separate, I just made it part of it, and I think it worked out okay. And then I have some of these gold puffy stars that I'm adding to my embellishment clusters, and that's pretty much going to do it. I'm going to add some journaling in the gray section below Wild and Free, and you're going to see that here. Oh, I'm also using my roller date stamp, and this is one of the October Afternoon Decade stamps. They no longer make them, and because these photos are from 2007, this stamp goes back that far. So that's pretty much going to do it. Stick around for close-ups. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.